My ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to invite the second speaker. He is a person who is compassionate about entrepreneurship. He owns his own institution and his name is Gaurav Agarwalla. Can we have Gaurav Agarwalla on the stage, please?
Hello.
Hello. Wow. Hi everyone. What a motivational speaking session by Jasuvanji, and then such a wonderful song. I would like to personally thank you, the entire L&D team, for two things. One, for their tireless efforts for making this day happen, and the second, for giving me a chance to come over here and speak to you all elite crowd. I personally feel that there are a lot of things that are different between all of us. We all are made unique. But apart from those different things, we are all gathered under one single roof. And probably that is to take something back from here. And if it is a yes, please let me know. We all are here because of our deep driving desire to learn something. Is it a yes? Yes. Right. And when I saw this message in the common group about nominating oneself as a speaker, without giving it a second thought, I went ahead and nominated myself. But the very next moment I had this big question worth pondering about, what do I really speak to this crowd? What do I really speak that while going back they take some lessons from someone of my age has to give? So it was quite obvious to decide something that was relevant for this day, that was precise, and the most important, it was unique. And what is that which is unique? I think experiences are unique, is it? The experiences that you have of life, I may not. And the ones that I have, you may not. I started my career as a business development executive for a corporate training company from Mumbai, which is spearheaded by a retired army captain, Captain Muthu Krishna. He has to his name as the first man from the territorial army to be commissioned into this permanent army. And that is like, it was a golden opportunity for me to be working with someone who is already successful in his career. And I never wanted to miss this opportunity to strike a conversation with him about success. I always used to ask him when we used to travel for client meeting or a corporate training program, Captain, what is that one thing that is different between people, those who are successful and those who are not? Every year, thousands of companies come up and equal number of them shut down. So what is that makes this difference? He told me out of his experience, Gaurav, there is this 5-letter word which is called ASKOI, A-S-K-O-I. And he expanded it as attitude, skills, knowledge, ownership, and initiative. If someone is having at least these 4, out of these 5 qualities, at least 4 quality, his chances of succeeding is greater. But throughout my 3 years of experience, what I have also reflected is, apart from these 5 traits, there are few more things that are equally important. And they were the time, the speed, and the guts. This brings us to the topic for my speech, time, speed, and guts, the key ingredients for success. When I look through life, I find time as the most valuable, indispensable, non-renewable resource that we all have. And for me, success was never about how much money I make or how much money I have. It is more about how I am utilizing my time. See, we all have that 24 hours. No one can buy your personal time. But a wise investment of your time can help you get money which you can use to buy time of excellent people, and that is what organization today does. And somewhere down the line, we like entrepreneurs, we have this habit of speculating things. We start speculating things like, let's say we have a project in hand and we are very good at numbers, say cash in hand, return on investment, market size. So this knowledge of our facts and figures does two things. Number one, it obviously helps us to come to a decision. Number two, it seizes opportunity. And why I am saying so is, let's say we know 2 plus 2 is 4, then I am confined in a boundary of 2 plus 2 is 4 and I cannot think beyond it. And knowingly or unknowingly, we start searching for perfection. We get confused between these two words, progression or perfection. So I have to say something for that. Progression is perfection in process and not perfection itself. It is not about the time that you have invested in making you, but it is about the number of times that you have said no to an opportunity that came knocking your door when you were preparing a loan. It is about the number of times that you had said no to what you deserve and accepted what you desire. I remember one of the famous lines ever spoken by Thomas Carlyle, that our main business is not to see what lies dimly at a distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand. And when you have dreams, those who are unbelievable for people, you have a distance to cover. People around you cannot see your dreams because they cannot see it. It's far from them. And when you have a distance to cover, you know you have a limited time. Then next key factor comes in, and that is the speed. And probably that is something that is completely under your control, and you can optimize your speed. Today, this world is full of examples of companies who couldn't cope up with the speed of changing ecosystem. To name few, Nokia, Hindustan Motors. And on the other hand, you will find companies like Xiaomi that recently made a record in Indian smartphone industry, selling 10 million smartphones in a quarter. And then when you are starting up, you will find few people who will come and suggest you a silly advice by few people. Gaurav, don't rush through your dreams. Now to them, I have a much sillier reply. See, Mother Earth is also rotating at 1600 kilometers at the equator. Why don't you go and advise her to reduce her speed? It's quite a riskier speed for her. Huh? Isn't it? Why not go and say that? And it is speed is in everything. We say the speed at which this society is progressing, people want everything in now. They want something new, they want it now. And this makes speed for an organization far more important than anything else. And with speed, you have to also stay relevant. So you have speed, you have to be relevant, and then what's the next thing? You have to keep believing that what you are doing is right. See, with speed, what happens? Your chances of committing mistakes or your chances of failure increases, isn't it? So once you have started consuming your chances of failure, you are left with one thing, that is success, and you are bound to achieve those success. So with speed, limited time, now you have to have guts to believe in yourself. The best example I can give of Jeff Bezos in 1995, when he registered Amazon, there were hardly 23,000 websites available and hardly 1 million people using it, and those were the researchers and scientists. And these researchers and scientists know exactly where they want to go. But Amazon, Jeff Bezos at that time had this belief that a time will come that people across the world will buy goods online. And guts comes into play when your closest, your family members, your friends, your mentors, they stop believing you. That is where guts comes into play. See, at my age, getting jealous, like sir rightly told, get jealous in a positive way, right? For someone like me, to get jealous is quite easy. When I see my friends going for parties every week, I feel jealous. And me and my friend, we are at our desk doing our work. But for people, those who are like us, those who are like you, who have come on a Sunday to learn something, I would like to say that these weekends will come again and again every week. Probably the only difference this will have 5 years from now is they will be convincing themselves for a Monday where you will be not. Because you are those people who have jumped off the cliff with the hope of growing wings down the way, with the hope of learning to fly, and you will surely fly high. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Have a great day.